Welcome everybody. Hi, it's Joy over at the Stevens Suburban Homestead. You want to say hi to Chloe? She is an explorer today in full outfit. So funny. It's Mommy Mondays, fun Mondays. I thought I'd show y'all how, and welcome everybody that's watching the replay too. Thanks. I just did a video on how to protect your hens from predators and how we're doing it a little better now since we lost Fiona. And I came to check on my seedlings and I got so darn excited. I thought I would show y'all some fun things. I really truly think that this way could work in probably all the zones. You might just have to have a little bit more care if you're in a colder area about what side of the house you put this on, things like that. Welcome y'all. We're down here in Houston, and today it's already 72 degrees. So I probably won't even really need to leave this in here, but this greenhouse thing, let go of me please. This greenhouse thing actually keeps everything nice and moist. So let me show you what I've got growing. Welcome, welcome, Erin. Okay, so I actually had a lovely fall garden. I actually still have quite a bit of it. Maybe I'll take y'all out there. Hey, Dina. And what I did was I took a couple of, thank you. This is just a tiny one. Let me back up so y'all can see. It's just an old butcher block island I had in my old house. Thank you. And I brought it outside and I just stuck it on top. I got this from my mama and I think she paid 20 bucks for it at Big Lots. And I think I even saw them at Tractor Supply this size and bigger. Okay, so again, no matter what zone you're in, July, and so I am doing an experiment where I took cuttings. So you can see I have some cuttings here of my tomatoes from the fall garden. And we had to take the tomatoes out because outside it was getting down in the 30s and 40s. So, but I had two volunteers that came up too late, so I knew they wouldn't last. So I quickly uprooted them and planted them. And as you can see, even in this environment, they're happy. Now, I really want them to wait. So I've been picking off the flowers. This is a tip if you start to get, I clearly have some tomatoes here. But I was actually just trying to keep it alive so I could get it in the ground. So when you start to see more flowers come up, yes, I'll do that in just 1 second. When you see the flowers in your greenhouse, I think you want to encourage them to stop flowering unless you live in super, super, super cold area and you know you're not going to get these in the ground for a while, and this might be your only way to get tomatoes. But for me, I'm really just trying to keep these alive another like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I'm going to stick them in the actual garden. Now the cuttings I can show you here. So there's a couple ways. I don't know anything about grafting, but I do know something about cuttings because I've done a couple of experiments. We have this thing here called the sucker, and there's an old wives' tale that the sucker won't produce tomatoes, and it's so not true. Hey, Claire. The suckers you want to take off if you have a huge plant because it takes a lot of nutrients, because this sucker can turn into a whole nother plant. Hey, I'm almost done with my periscope. Melissa's coming to join. She wants to look at our monarchs. Claire's on here. We're in Houston, Zone B. No, B. What the hell? Zone 9B. 9B. Claire says hi. So you can take a cutting from just a regular branch, or if you have a sucker that's gotten a little bigger, let's see suckers that are bigger. I mean, it's ideal to have it, about this size. So what I do is I pull them off and I put them in water, and one of these actually has roots already. There it is. Okay, let me see if I can get it to focus. Come on. Focus. Oh, let's see if I can back up and focus it. There we go. On the middle one, you can see the little white root. Oh, I think while I'm talking to you, I see a white root on the bottom one. Let's see if I can get it on that blue. So when it has the white root, then I take it and put it in dirt and keep the dirt ridiculously wet because it obviously was just in water. So you want to keep this dirt super duper moist. That's why I have it in the greenhouse even though it's 72 degrees. I would say if you're in an area not as moist as Houston, a different zone, especially a cooler zone, you'd have to water them every day, and you never would have to worry about mildew. You see, I'm sure the brown is because we are just so, I'm reading your comment. And look, there's actually some, where that drip of water is, there's roots on this one. Okay, so here's the deal. We are not experts. We're first-year homesteaders. I'm answering the question about varieties. If you love salad tomatoes, this is a yellow plum tomato that is an indeterminate, which means that it'll continue to grow and grow and grow and grow. Yeah, aromas are awesome. But I don't know much about varietals yet. Y'all may have to follow me and just trust that I'll figure that out and I can tell you what I know. But what I did was I just grabbed this yellow plum, and it's my favorite salad tomato, and they're abundant. As you can see, I mean, it's ridiculous. You can barely kill this thing, and it grows super duper big. Thanks, Claire, for adding that. The other I bought was it's called a Big Boy. Is a nice big hearty fat red one. I found their limbs to be super droopy, and it didn't get very big. They are determinate, and that's something you can look for depending on your needs for your garden space. If you have a small garden space and you only have room for a few, you can't buy these yellow plum or other indeterminate size, which means they'll just keep growing and growing and growing. We had like two tomato cages tall, and they were still going, almost like a vine. So I would grow a variety or two or three, depending on how big of a space you have, and see if you like the way they taste, and then just save your seeds. And I can do a Periscope about that. The seed saving seemed super intimidating at first, but now I've got the hang of it. And I love Pinterest. Claire knows this. Y'all who follow me know this. But sometimes I feel like Pinterest is impractical. It leaves out a lot of things. And I've talked with this about other folks here in the South. A lot of the gardening advice is for areas that aren't humid and aren't warm. So I hope that I can help you if you're in a colder area, and I'll try to refer to that. But down here in the South, man, we've got issues with stuff that just doesn't work every time. Like here, this one's rotting away. Please email or text it. Oh, the seeds again. The seed site. Claire, I think she's asking you, babe. Okay, and then I have a tortoise who eats hibiscus, so I've got some hibiscus coming up. Man, they came up fast. And then I've got my cucumbers, and anybody who knows me here in Houston, I make a mean cucumber. And my husband said, please plant double. Peppers and Roma tomatoes haven't come up. I've got dill, cilantro, and the loquats didn't come up. Oh, I have some mustard back here. Baker Creek. Thank you, Claire. So that's what's growing, and I'll take you on a quick look at my couple that I've already planted in the ground. What I planted in the ground, because we're so warm, is actually like it's like a second fall garden. I know, it sounds crazy. Hey there! There's our neighbor with this cute dog that comes by every single day. I still have some of my fall gardens planted. Obviously, I've got the onions and stuff. But these potatoes are already coming up for like an early spring. Still got lettuces. These are lettuces. The other thing I planted was kale and rainbow chard, which should be done right at the end of March. They're already up here in this row. And then I planted some more onion seeds. So we're hoping those will be done by March-ish. Otherwise, they'll be too hot and they'll go away anyway. But it's worth the risk. If you're in the South, why not? You've got like 14 growing seasons. It's crazy. These are all radishes. Of course, you can plant those all the way through. And then we've got carrots coming up, which is a little hard to see. Boop, there's one. And then we've got some beets coming up. And if you want to know why this is a hot mess, look on the last Periscope. So there's the beets, and I can't remember what this is. I know, and in fact, nothing got, I did have my avocado tree has a few brown spots, and you can see there's a little bit of sadness here on the eggplant, but they all survived. All right, well, that's what's growing. I think I got more potatoes. Oh, and I have peas growing up, but I've taken so much of your time. English peas and like peas, just regular peas. What am I trying to say? Sugar snap. Those are early crops. So if you guys are near your last frost, like within 4 to 6 weeks, you can even pop seeds in a greenhouse for that. If you're here in Houston, you can pop them in the ground right now. All right, well, Mel is here to see monarchs, and I don't want to avoid her any longer. I thought I could sneak this in before she got here. You want to say goodbye?
Bye!
All right, there's some information from someone for Claire.
What?
Oh, no. let's go see. All right, see, we're morphing into something else. Yeah, did you see the monarchs over there?
Yes,
they're even smaller than that.
Two little gold fritillary butterfly caterpillars.
So much going on here.
Yes,
all right, bye, y'all. Peace out.